Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to teach you a step-by-step process for you to become the best version of yourself. Let's dive in. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to become the best version of yourself and how to become the type of person that can create the life that you want. And now, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm going to make a guess, right? You are listening to this because you want more in life. Whatever more means to you, you want more, whether that's more money, more happiness, more joy, more peace, more traveling, more fun, more success, more quality relationships. You want more. And you know that in order to get more, you have to change. You've gotten to the point where you're probably not wanting to blame anybody else anymore. And you're going, well, damn it, if my life is going to be different, I have to be different. But you know, you want this life that you want in the future, and it feels like it's possible, but it's just a little bit out of your grasp. And you don't have it yet because you are not the person who can get it yet. Because if you were, you would have already achieved what it is that you want to achieve. You have to understand that if you were the type of person who could create that life that you see in the future, you would already have that life if you were the type of person who could have it. And so you know, hopefully, or by the end of this episode, you will definitely know that it is not the external world that needs to change. It is not circumstances that need to change. It is you that needs to change. What do you need to start doing in order to be more like that person? And what do you need to continue doing that you're already doing pretty well and you're on the right path? And you don't put any emotion into this. You don't put any judgment into this. You don't put any shame into it. It's literally just as if you were just making business decisions. What do I need to stop doing what do I need to stop doing so that I can become more like that person that I see that has that perfect life, the life that I want? What do I need to start doing to be more like that person? And what do I need to continue doing to be more like that person as well? And what you realize, and it's really interesting as you start to realize it, is that it's not necessarily what you have to do. Like there's definitely things that you have to do in order to become successful, in order to change and all of that. But it's more than anything else, it's who you need to be, right? So it's not necessarily what you need to do, it's who you need to be. You need to wake up every morning and be that person. Just be that person every single day. You know, this person is now the new goal that you shoot for every single day, to put that person on. I love, one of the things that I love and I think is so important is Tony Robbins says this in one of the videos that I've seen him say. And he says, when you see this guy that's in front of you, this isn't how it was born. I built this motherfucker. And that's how he actually says, he's like, I built this motherfucker that you see in front of me. That's exactly what you need to do, is to build that version of you. That person that you see that has the life that you want is now your new goal to shoot for every single day, to be more like that person every single day. That life that you saw that is the perfect life to you, that's just a byproduct of this person and who they are and what they do every single day. And so when you are the type of person that can create that life, you automatically are going to start to do the things that you need to do. So obviously you can't just sit there and just meditate on being this person. You have to go out into the world and do things. But as you start to develop this character that you want to turn into, you actually start to take the actions that character would take. And you're not building yourself based off of some person that has a status that you feel is unattainable, of like, oh my gosh, there's this billionaire that I follow that's very successful. I want a life like theirs. Because sometimes it just feels like they're too far away. It feels like sometimes I found with people is people get demotivated when they find somebody that's so far away. Oh my gosh, this guy's worth $1 billion and he's the person I want to follow. And then you wake up in the morning, you're like, would this person do this? And you're like, oh, screw it. This person's so far ahead of me. I'm never going to get there. But if you look at the perfect version of yourself, knowing that you could build yourself into that, you say, would that perfect version of me do this? And then what is the practice to make you more aware of when you fall off the path? Like, what is the practice? Is it, setting an alarm every 30 minutes in your phone randomly, and whenever it goes off, you just go, what am I doing? And you just become more aware so that you're not just in autopilot, because according to Harvard, about 48% of what we do on a daily basis is autopilot. And that autopilot has gotten you to where you are. And so if we want to change our lives, we're going to have to change what it is that we do on autopilot sometimes. And so you have to develop some sort of practice to make you more aware of when you fall off the path, and then immediately get you back on the path. And really what it's about is acting as if you already are that person. What would your life be like if you took that person and planted them into your day today and started becoming that person? If you started acting like that person, doing what that person does, talking to yourself the way that person talks to himself, talking to other people the way they talk to themselves, paying attention to who they surround themselves with, and you just start becoming that version of you, and you fast forward to 10 years from today, with having this self-awareness practice, you will create the life that you want. And I guarantee you it's going to be even better than you could possibly imagine in your life. But what it comes down to is you deciding that you are going to change into the person that you actually want to be. Doesn't matter what anybody else wants. What it matters is, what do you want? What are you trying to create? And what do you need to do to get there? But most importantly, who do you need to be in order to get there? So that's what I got for you for today's episode. If you love this episode, please share it on your Instagram stories. Tag me in at Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. The only way this podcast grows is from you guys actually sharing it. So if you would do me a massive favor, if you get value from what I put out there, you want to help us on the podcast, but also help us change the world, and have more people become aware of the podcast, because there's more people in this world who don't know this podcast exists than do. Just do me a favor, share it so that we can try to keep impacting more and more people. And with that, I'm going to leave the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission to make someone else's day better. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing day.